We ready? Start. This episode shows that confrontation is a foregone conclusion when there is no consultation. Stop. Days after extending Bandyopadhyay's tenure as the Chief Secretary by 3 months to enable him to continue his work of managing the COVID pandemic in the state, the centre had on May 28 sought the officer's services and asked the state government to relieve him immediately. Stop. The centre, which cited Rule 6 of the Indian Administrative Service Cadre Rules in its order recalling Bandyopadhyay, preferred not to keep the state in the loop before initiating the move. Stop. The rule says that a cadre officer may, with the concurrence of the state government concerned and the centre, be deputed for service under the central government or another state. Stop. In case of disagreement, the centre's writ will run. Stop. However, no effort was made in this case to explore the possibility of concurrence. Stop. Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, known for never shying away from a face-off with the union government, was quick to link the unilateral order to her May 28 meeting with the Prime Minister. Stop. The timing of the move was questionable as it was at variance with the centre's earlier decision to grant extension to the officer. Stop. Moreover, the centre erred by bypassing the due process of consultation. Stop. Giving short shrift to the state which needed the officer's services at this critical juncture. Stop. With Mamata appointing Bandyopadhyay as her chief advisor after his retirement instead of relieving him, the centre is expected to pull out all the stops to make him fall in line and get back at the defiant CM. Stop. The tussle will only make the officer sink deeper into the morass created by two power centers and demoralize the Indian bureaucracy at large. Stop. The developments also underscore a betrayal of the Bengal voters' mandate. Stop. The assembly elections ended a month ago. Stop. Now is the time for good governance, not for petty political fights detrimental to the state's interests. Stop. With just 53 days to go for the biggest festival of youth and sport, the Olympic Games in Tokyo, several parts of Japan are being ravaged by the coronavirus pandemic. Stop. Several cities and regions of the country, including Tokyo, have been in a state of emergency for weeks, and it has been extended to June 20. Stop. Less than 5% of the country's population has been given COVID-19 vaccine shots, the lowest vaccination rate among the world's rich countries. Stop. The clamor to call off the Olympics has been growing stronger, with a new survey showing that 83% of the respondents want them to be either cancelled or postponed, up from 69% in April. Stop. Associations of physicians have issued a stern warning that the event, during which thousands of athletes, delegates, and media from across the world would land in Japan, could turn into a super spreader. Stop. There's the worry that COVID-19 variants could wreak havoc in the densely populated country. Stop. In this backdrop, The insistence of the International Olympic Committee, to say the least. Stop.